Let me be your hero. Would you dance if I asked you to dance? Would you run and never look back? Would you cry if you saw me crying? Would you save my soul tonight? Would you tremble if I touched your lips?
Hello gorgeous people who love to scrap. It's far from Australia. I have some beautiful projects here to share with you all, and all these projects here will be going to Janelle, my beautiful friend Janelle, and she will be the envy of many fellow YouTubers here on YouTube who love this kind of like shabby chic boudoir feminine style, I would call it. It's just beautiful soft colors of cream whites, vintage tones, as well as some beautiful hints of lovely dusty pink in there also. You're so super lucky, Janelle, like I mentioned, because you know I had actually created this pillow for a custom order, and ever since I had made it, I just fell in love with it, and you know I kept it because I couldn't really part with it. But going to a beautiful friend as Janelle, who you know thinks the world of me, and you know helps me find treasures and stuff like that, and you know she sends them to me, like she has found that beautiful wedding dress. If you guys seen in my last haul, not haul vid, my last rack from Janelle, she found a beautiful wedding dress and she was able to send that to me. So in return, Janelle will be getting this beautiful boudoir cushion that I have treasured for so long, and reluctantly I said to her I will be sending it to Janelle, as well as the matching altered bag here, and I've just altered these little 2 paper bags just to coordinate with this theme, and then inside I'll just be putting laces and trims and stuff like that as a gift to Janelle also. So let me put the camera down and share with you guys the cushion first. Pop these aside. Here we have the beautiful boudoir cushion. It's a lovely normal size cushion. I would say probably about 40 centimeters across. I don't know the measurements on top of my head, but it's about 40 centimeters square, and it's just so beautiful. When I send it to you, Janelle, you probably will have to find a cushion insert, because it'll just be the cushion that I'll be sending to you. And it doesn't cost much to buy a cushion insert for like charity stores. I've picked up some for about $2, and you've probably got some lying around your house anyways that you can just pop in the center, and you can have this beautiful cushion just sitting on your, you know, your dresser, on your favorite couch, or just to look at on your bed even. You know, it just adorns your bed. It will make it look so beautiful. I've had it sitting in my craft room in numerous places, depending on, you know, where I want to put it and stuff like that. The basis of this particular cushion is made from calico. You guys know I love calico as my base to use, and I love the calico as it always has this beautiful vintage kind of cream colored already. I cut out the square, and then I chosen this image to go on it, and I wanted I had this vision in my head of framing this particular image as a cameo, so give it dimension. So I had before I had put all the embellishments on, I cut out my square. I printed this image on my printer. This particular image was purchased from Etsy, an Etsy seller, but if you look on Google, you can get these images for free. But for those who want high resolution, I can provide the link down below so that you guys can go and check this lovely lady out. These particular images are called Harrison Fisher, and I fell in love with this particular image here. It's very chic. It's just, you know, matches your boudoir, and it's just so beautiful, so soft and so feminine at the same time. So I had purchased this about nearly 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, this particular image, and it's high resolution like I mentioned, so you can enlarge it and it won't be like fuzzy or anything like that. And this particular image was printed on an A4 size. That's how I got this big image to go on this particular cushion here. And then once I had printed the image out onto cotton transfer paper, it's cotton with paper at the back, that I purchased online quite some time ago. I don't have many left now, but that's what I've printed it on. But if you follow Kimmy B's tutorial on how to use what is it called, spray adhesive, and use thin cotton fabric, you can actually run it through your inkjet printer. It has to be an inkjet printer to be able to print images like this. Laser printer doesn't print as good because with inkjet printer I know that it like penetrates the ink into the fabric, so it's more vibrant and it shows up a lot more better. So that's how I achieved this image. And then I had use a running stitch to hold it onto the back of my square cushion, and then I left a little bit of room at the top here so that I can stuff the cushion to give it like a 3D look. So as you guys can see on the side here, see how that's kind of like raised. The cushion's just up to here, but I stuffed this part again, so I left a bit of about a gap up here, and then I stuffed some water into this image to pop it out more. So it gave it like a dimensional look pretty much on top of the cushion itself. So once I have put the stuffing in, I closed it off, and then I just went on to layering all my beautiful laces and trims and wedding appliques, vintage doilies. And this is the last of what I have of this particular trim here. I actually won this off eBay a couple of years ago now, and there wasn't a lot of it. It was just like a piece of scrap fabric that they just had in a mixed random vintage lace pack that I bought, and it's just so beautiful. It came together really well, and this part was able to frame this beautiful image that I had put on the cover here. And then in random areas I've like adhered doilies onto here. Everything that you see here is all machine stitch or hand stitch. The basis of the cushion is machine stitch, but once I've put on this particular image, I had hand stitch everything else on it. So I stitched around that with my sewing machine, and then with all the appliques and all the lace trimmings and stuff on the hand, like on the side here, it's all hand stitched because I wanted to give it a beautiful soft feel. If you use too much glue, it kind of like is really hard and not soft to the touch. So this cushion is really special to me. That's why I wanted to put a lot of love into this particular cushion, and that's why I had hand stitch all these. The only part that I have used glue is on the flower arrangements here, because to make these flowers, you know, you use hot glue to form it, and it's hard to stitch the hot glue into the cushion. So that's why I had used hot glue to glue on these embellishments, as well as these little pearl trims down the bottom here, little pearl centers that I've made here. This little lovely lace embellishment, as well as pearl in the center there. I've used two colored pearls. I've used an ivory and a white 3mm pearl strand, and I've just looped them into a bow and adhered that on top of the three common color combination laces. I've used like a dusty rose pink, I've used a white, and I've used a cream to form a beautiful large bow. And then I made another bow with the cream and white pearl, and then I've adhered that into the center, and it just gave it this really beautiful soft feminine look. Two fabric flowers from my stash. This particular flower here is made from beautiful soft satin fabric, and I've added a beautiful pearl center there. Just another handmade bling center there also. Lovely random pieces of appliques here. This one I've actually tea dyed. Not sure if you guys can see that. See, that's white and that's tea dyed. Just the other piece of appliques from my stash, and here and across here also, and doily at the back there. So once I've actually formed my cushion, I ruffled this particular calico fabric on my sewing machine, and then I had stitched that on top of the completed cushion to give it this two-dimension look, as you guys can see here. See there, it's got another layer of fabric here, and then here I've stitched that on top once I've made my cushion. And that's pretty much the front of my cushion. And this part here, I didn't use hot glue. I actually hand stitched that in, and I beaded a little pearl right in the center there also. So that's my boudoir cushion, and the back is just beautiful and cream, and I finished it off really nicely also there. If you wanted to add a beautiful ribbon and stuff, you can, but it's perfect the way that it is, so I've left it as is. So that is my beautiful boudoir cushion. Next I will share with you guys the matching bag that I've altered to match this beautiful cushion. This bag here, I picked it up at the charity store, and it had like wooden handles, as you guys can see in the photo there, in the screen. And the back of it, just this beautiful woven, I don't know, knitted kind of like fiber. And that's what it looked like originally. I left the back as is so that you can see, and I didn't want to embellish it because I love the way that it is, how the back is. So I've left it plain. And on the front here, because I wanted to coordinate with the bag, I once again used this beautiful image that I printed onto fabric also. But I wanted to have a stiffer, coarser feel, so I didn't peel the paper from the bag because I wanted to pop out and stand out more. So I left that as is. But to make this particular image dimensional, as you guys can see there, she's dimensional as well. I stuffed wadding into her also, so she's padded. She's got some wadding into her, so it makes her pop out, as well as in her mirror there also I've stuffed a little bit of stuffing in there, but she's all hot glued in because it's hard to machine sew her onto the sewing machine because of the way the bag is. So for the basis of my bag, before I had adhered the lady, the flowers and all that, I had chosen random pieces of scrap fabric from my stash. This is like from an old lace shirt, a beautiful doily at the back here, and then up here's just some applique pieces, and here's another beautiful applique piece that matches the one that's on the bag also, just a little piece that goes here, 2 flowers. And then I stuck my image there, and then I had put a little bit more of that beautiful embellishment, lace embellishment here, just across here, and a velvet flower from my stash here, and 2 little pearl embellishments here also. On this side here, very similar arrangements to my boudoir cushion. The same flower arrangement here, lace and seam binding and pearl strands there. And this is a petaloo flower that I bought from my local craft store. They have like 4 or 5 in a strand, and I just chopped one off, added it there, and an applique from my stash also. The handle, I had wrapped it with a tea-dyed vintage lace, and I had wrapped it around and round and round, and using hot glue also to keep it in place on both of them. And then after that, I had chosen this beautiful beaded lace applique from my stash that has translucent beading here. It's so beautiful. I love these kind of appliques. I actually purchased this off Etsy quite a while ago, and this is so beautiful. It was from my hoarding vault. So you have some of my favorite pieces on these projects, Janelle, and I hope you will love them as much as I do also. So it's got beautiful pearls just dangling down, as you guys can see there, and it just finishes this bag off really well because it kind of like came together as a V there, and it just helps frame the bag, and it's so beautiful. So that's pretty much it. That's just the inside of the bag. So Janelle can put, you know, her favorite doilies or laces and stuff like that and hang it up next to the cushion if she wants to. It's so beautiful. You are so lucky, Janelle. I'm so lucky. I might keep them. And I might not send you these gifts at all, but I'm sure you'll be very happy with the ones I do send them to you. The other last 2 items that I altered, these ones are altered last week, and they're 2 beautiful paper bags. They look like that, as you guys can see. I purchased these at a local store that sells like bags, party needs and stuff like that, where I buy my supplies, you know, when I go to the market and stuff like that. So they had a special, I think it was about 50 bags of these for about $9, so it was really super good buy, and they're good quality. They're not your flimsy ones, they're quite sturdy, and I wanted to match the theme of shabby chic, so that's how I went with these 2. For the basis of the altered bags, I use pieces of lace from my stash down the bottom here. I had chosen the images from my computer. All these images are from Pinterest. I've chosen them from my computer and then printed onto paper, 300 GSM cardstock paper, and then I had used this beautiful curtaining fabric from my stash and adhered the paper on top of that, and then I put it through my sewing machine. I stitched them together. Let me zoom in. Okay, here's a close-up look of the bag. I have adhered the 2 fabrics together. Not fabric, the fabric at the back as well as the image, and then run it through my sewing machine. Then I had hot glued that down. And then I just went on to layering it with like different laces and embellishments from my stash. As you guys can see here, ruffled up some lace, pearl trims from my stash, vintage doily here, rosette trim, appliques, some wild ochre craft, wild ochre craft. I think these are maybe 1.5mm roses in a peachy pink colour, and some carnations that I distressed with vintage photos. Little clothes peg that I've altered here with some seam binding, mother of pearl button, and just some fibre from my stash there also. It's really, really beautiful. There's that one, and this is the other one that I altered, also in a shabby chic tone. Again, I've layered the bottom with some laces from my stash, and then printed this image of Pinterest. Backed it up with this beautiful fabric from my stash. There's a close-up. So backed it up with this beautiful curtain fabric from my stash, and then stitched that on the sewing machine, adhere that down, and then just went on to layering just all different laces down the bottom here. A doily, another nylon lace on top, this beautiful trim from my beautiful BFF Annie, who sent it to me last year for my birthday. Thank you, Annie. As well as this wedding trim here also. So if you want to buy this trim, just message Annie. I'm not sure if she's got any more of this for sale on her Etsy store, but it's so gorgeous, and she had them in numerous colours. This is a wedding trim that Annie sent me also last year for my birthday. Made 3 bows, stuck them down, adhered the centre with some pearl centres there. These are 2 beautiful Iron Roses gardenias, ivory colour and a 2-tone colour there. This one's got laces and trims in it, so I've just popped laces and trims on there. Ruffled some lace here and hot glued that down. Mother of pearl and a little plastic button there. Some laces from my stash. So that's what that one looked like. And for this little clothes peg, I've just got some lace tied in a bow, and then a beautiful prima flower mother of pearl here, and a pearl bling center in the center there, just to hold my bag closed. So that's pretty much my gorgeous items here that I will be sharing with Janelle. I do apologize, Janelle, if it's taken a while for me to get all these ready for you, but I hope you do like them also, and that you find joy in them as much as I have, had fun creating them for you. And I'm sure they match the projects that I have sent to you in the past also, because of the color scheme. They're so beautiful. So thanks guys for staying tuned back to my channel and having a look at these gorgeous projects. And won't be long now before Annie's received my birthday package already. So once she uploads her package, I'll be able to share with you guys the beautiful collection that I've put together for her. So thanks for watching. See you guys. Bye.